I'm leaving this house. I am taking the kids and going because I cannot handle all this stuff that has to happen at my house at this moment with my brain in this space. Have you ever been there before? Oh, goodness, I'm glad I'm not alone. I am not feeling it today. I am so just irritated, frustrated. I don't even know. I will talk a little bit about some things with the house and just what's going on. Oh, I'm so frustrated. It's like we looked at houses on Monday and we started the process on Thursday. So we had already been pre-approved through an agency, and then the pre-approval ran up, but our realtor is actually, or the financing person is actually away taking care of like a relative. They asked if we wanted to go like with that same company or this other company. The other company was supposed to just be a better overall fit. My person before was not a very personable person, and I did have some questions about FHA versus conventional. So this new person was really great, explained things through. So, oh goodness. Today is one of those days. For some reason, one of my daughters who has diabetes supplies, her supplies have not been coming through, and I keep messaging them on the portal and they're like, oh, they don't need prior authorization. And I'm like, but the pharmacy is telling me they need a prior authorization. So can you please just do that for me? Because my one daughter has not had a Dexcom in 2 weeks because this whole scenario is going on. Anyway, I need to make a phone call there again and see if we can get that fixed because it's just really annoying. Anyway, not sleeping well. Ezra is cutting another tooth. He is super grumpy. We weaned some of his Clonidine before that, and then he's getting a tooth, so he's just really grumpy. He just wants to be up all night. And then my other daughter who has diabetes, her numbers have been all wacky. It's not even her numbers, her sensor has just been like wacky and not reading numbers correctly. So this mama bear with little to no sleep is trying to function with these other things. I had to have yesterday morning an interview because we get both my husband's insurance and we get state insurance backup. So I had to have an interview with like the state insurance people because things are always changing in our home. We have adults working and that counts towards our income. But yet then I was told that like one of my children who works outside of the home, their income could be like, I guess like clarified differently or something like that. I don't know. And they wanted to know if I wanted to like put it differently because she was over 22. I don't know. Anyway, we worked through all of that yesterday while I was in the middle of back and forth with this whole money thing. And then I also had to go to Boston to drop somebody off yesterday. So, and that worked out fine. But I'm just frustrated. So yesterday I told him, I said, can you please try to get it done by noon because I have to leave for Boston for noon. No, didn't get it done for noon. And then my realtor, she also works another job. So I get this message saying that we got a pre-approval for a set amount of money, but it was contingent on us selling our home up north, which would be fine if we lived in a normal area, but we don't live in a normal area because if I put my house up for sale now, it probably won't get sold for the next 3 years. So I don't know that having a contingency on a house being sold is really the best way to go for an offer. So I'm like, okay. And then it also said that we had to have a certain percentage of the loan amount as a down payment. So meanwhile, we've already had a pre-approval for a set amount and a set amount of down payment, which is a down payment that I already have. So I'm like, okay, this makes absolutely no sense. And so right after, like literally after, I like pulled over so I could try to talk to him to see what was going on. That was yesterday at noontime. It is almost noontime the following day. I tried to call him back, did not call back. I tried to text him, didn't get a text back. The email nicely has feel free to call anytime, 7 days a week, da 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 da. Try to call again, nothing. So my realtor is like, I don't know what's going on with this. She's like, at first she was like, yeah, you got a pre-approval. And then she's like, oh. And then I was like, well, did you see that? She's like, I did see that. And I've already messaged him. Like, why are we trying to do a pre-approval contingent on the sale of your house? So I'm like, okay, at least she agrees. I was like, I just want to know, like, did you say something? Like, do you feel like that's the best way to go? Should we be selling our house first? And if that's the case, like, maybe you can like make time to go up there. She wants to sell the house, but it's far away, right? So she has to deal with her schedule as well, which is totally understandable. And so we're just like in this whole like leeway of what the heck. So then we're trying to discuss as husband and wife, like, okay, what do we want to do? The issue is there's the one house, which is the first house, which we totally love. But then the other house that we like is the last house, and that one is substantially less money and would definitely have fallen into the qualifications that we originally were approved for. So we're asking ourselves, like, okay, and that house is going to sell fast. I don't even know where it's at. I don't know that I want to ask that question because I don't know. And then is that the best choice? Or do we take all of our down payment money and pay off 2 debts? In the meantime, I was holding off draining our pipes and stuff up north, or having somebody else drain the pipes and stuff. We actually had asked somebody if they would. I don't know what's going on with it. My husband asks like every week, I guess, and the person's like, yeah, I should be able to get this person, but yet it froze last night here, so it must be freezing up there. I know our oil barrel is probably close to empty at this point because last time I was up there it was half a barrel. Hopefully our pipes haven't frozen, but we need to get up there and figure out how to like do it all ourselves, apparently, because we can't get somebody up there to actually do it for us. So we are going to have to do that at some point. My husband gets 2 days off a week. Debating if he should go up this weekend because the following weekend we have 2 children that are getting baptized, which is wonderful. I just don't know. We were trying to kind of wait to see because our realtor said that she could go up there. So I really want to see what she wants to do. Oh my goodness. It is just so overwhelming. I just feel like if in the beginning there wasn't if we didn't get a good number, right, or a decent number that we felt that we could buy a house that needed a little bit of work and do that work ourselves, then we probably would have months ago not put our time, energy, effort in looking for a house. We probably would have taken that money and just applied it to our debt, and then we would have been saving during this period for the house. I don't even know. I don't know. And so it's frustrating now because now we have a house that is semi in the price range. If the first house is, the last house is definitely in the price range. The first house is slightly out of our pre-approval range, or where I would want to put an offer in on. Although if we got pre-approved like we did the first time with the first pre-approval, I might just jump in there and be like, hey, this is our number. And they could always say no, right? So I just don't even know. And this other guy, he's just running the loan under my husband's name. The first lady was running it under my husband's name and my name. And so I'm wondering, like, is that the best scenario? They said like that he could be like on the deed, but I also have an income. So Like, are we like running alone without like considering my income? That's, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I just have to say that it is so overwhelming. And then because I've been so stressed out, and we went to Niagara Falls last week. We got home on Saturday. And then no, we got home on Sunday. We got home on Sunday, and we were looking at houses Monday. So it hasn't even been like a full week. Has it been a full week? Maybe it was a week. Maybe it was a week. I don't even know. I don't know anymore. So it's been about a week since we went to Niagara Falls, which is coming up on my other channel if you haven't checked that out. I have that coming out all this week. I just needed to get out I needed to edit everything. So if you're getting this video, please know that that's coming out within the next week. And we have tons of videos. It was so exciting. So it was really nice. Just stressful. It's like, what way do you want to go, and how is this gonna look, and yada yada yada. Anyway, that's where we're at with that. I will keep you updated. But today I could use prayers, because I could use prayers. I emotionally just feel so drained, and I just want to know, like, either we're going for a house or we're not going for a house, but let me just see where I'm supposed to put my time, energy, and effort into. Because if I'm putting my time, energy, effort into a house, when I could be putting that effort into just doing what needs to get done, it takes so much. Like, literally, you're putting in paperwork, you're doing all the things, which takes away time from my family, from my children, from everything else that I'm doing, so that I can focus on that. And why am I doing it if there's no purpose in this, right? So, or if it's not like a good idea. Like, I would much rather like pay off debt and save than to try to find like I don't even know if I could find anything. I doubt there's much that I could actually afford, if not. Houses here, in order to get anything like halfway decent, is like $350. And that's like a fixer-upper halfway decent. I don't even know if it's not a trailer. I have not seen anything under $300 unless it was a trailer. And you can't really have a trailer with a handicapped person. Anyway, I will let you guys know what is going on tomorrow or the next day, or whenever I feel like I have enough strength and energy to move on. Unless I get some really good news, or I got a finalized say. That would be lovely now, wouldn't it? All right, have a blessed day.